One of our coaching clients scaled from £900 a month to £15,000 a month in 90 days. And as you can see from the screenshot, this was something they didn't believe was possible for them. And like Ollie, who went from 10K to 50K, or Laurie, who went from 8K to 33K, all these clients have one thing in common, and it's they felt they were at a ceiling and they were at a point of essentially being in a plateau before joining the program. And I've realized something that all coaches who scale quickly have in common that you can take into your own coaching business. One of the biggest things I hear from coaches when they're joining the program, or maybe just people I'm speaking to who are in a point where their business is stuck, is that they've tried everything and they don't know what to do next. They'll talk about changing around their content, sending more messages, posting more content, adjusting their niche, improving their positioning, but nothing is working and nothing is moving them to the area of the business that they want. And sometimes before they work with me, I'm unsure exactly why this is. And I'm unsure, okay, is it something to do with them? Maybe I won't be able to help. But after having a conversation with them, getting them on board the program, giving them a one-to-one strategy for their business, and then they start to see so much change. For myself doing that over the last 3 years, it's given me so much evidence that it doesn't come down to the individual. There's something else that's holding them back. So if you're watching this video and you feel like you're at a point of business where you haven't reached your full potential, you think that maybe you've hit your ceiling, or you think that there's coaches out there that have something that you don't have, from coaching over 100 coaches and helping them scale their business, I'm going to tell you that isn't the case. And you have everything that every other individual has. And it actually comes down to how you've been taught. How you've been actually taught to grow your business is probably been the biggest thing that's holding you back. So what I want to do in this video is break down how you should be taught so you can learn from it and you can take this into your own business so you can actually reach the potential you deserve and you can break through your next plateau and hit your next milestone like so many of our clients have done inside our program. I'm going to be honest, when I came into the industry over 3 years ago, there's one thing I said to myself: if I'm coming into this industry, I'm coming in to make a difference, and not in that cliche sounding way, but actually coming in with a unique perspective and unique positioning. Because in my fitness business, what was I known for? I was known for results. I was the youngest coach in Ireland to help someone get an IFBB Pro card, and that's what I pride myself on, getting amazing results for clients. So when I was coming into the business coaching space, and I know there was people who've had bad experience with mentorships and bad experience with coaching programs, I would not let that be the case for me. My reputation is client experience and the results that I get. So I looked very, very closely into what was happening in these mentorships or coaching programs. And what I heard was very reactive coaching. So you'd have an issue in your business, you jump on a call, they'd be catching up about what your business is because they wouldn't really know it properly, what your problem is, and that's not coaching, that's troubleshooting, helping you solve something that you've had to bring up to them because there's a big issue in your business. So that one didn't sit right with me. And then there was other kind of coaching where essentially you're following a course, and whether you're doing 2K a month or 20K a month, week 1, week 2, week 3, everyone follows essentially the same framework. And again, do I think that can be valuable for some individuals building a foundation? Of course. But if you're watching this video, I think you've built a foundation. You know what's needed to be done, but you're still not where you are in business. And that's what I was feeling was happening with so many individuals I was talking to. So what I wanted to put in place was a coaching philosophy that ensured those individuals who feel like, okay, I know the foundations, I know the basic steps of what to do, but why haven't I growing? Why aren't I scaling like some of these other coaches are scaling? I wanted to put something in place to do that. And I want to share that with you now because this is something you can actually implement into your own way of thinking. So with your coaching business, how you're going to implement things moving forward, and also with your clients. So within your own business, how you work with clients and bring the best out of them. Every coaching conversation that we have with our clients that I'd recommend you to have with yourself or with someone who's helping you in your business is doing 2 things together. 1, you're solving today's bottleneck, and 2, you're looking to scale tomorrow's business. And that's what we call our solve and scale coaching. So that's the 2 things we always want to be doing with our clients. We want to be working with them in a responsive way, which is actually dealing with what's happening with them one-to-one and finding out what's the bottleneck in their business. But we also want to be working with them in a progressive manner. So looking at what's actually going to scale tomorrow's business. Because 2 things can happen. 1, you can end up building things that actually aren't required to help you move the needle right now. I've seen that happen a lot, where it may have happened to you, where coaches will maybe work on areas of the business that are valuable, but maybe don't move the needle for them right now. And if there's someone who is looking to gain more clients, get an income milestone, that's probably not the thing they needed to do to get there. So even though it's great, if that's the sole focus, it's probably not the right move for them. And then on the flip side, if you're just doing things where we're looking at today's bottleneck, okay, great, you'll probably continue to make some strides forward in terms of revenue and client numbers, but are you building a business bigger than you? Are you ensuring you don't trap yourself into that business by building the right systems, building the right team, and making sure as well you bulletproof your business in the future? Because that's something I see with clients where things are going really, really well and revenue is increasing, and maybe they might take the foot off their gas because they're like, okay, you know, I have so much leads and so much demand right now, maybe I'm not looking to build more of my pipeline right now. And they completely turn that off and they're working on like getting the people who are in their funnel signed up and taken on as clients. But then let's say if their capacity increases, they take on another coach or another 2 coaches, and they're like, oh, I actually should have more lead flow right now. If you're doing this correctly, the solve and scale coaching, it ensures like, okay, the main area for us to focus on right now is sales, for example. We have an issue with show up rate. So let's look at the show up rate process and let's make sure we're optimizing for that, number 1. But number 2, when we fix that, we're probably gonna know from a business standpoint that we're gonna be getting more signups. And you mentioned to me that you're close to capacity. So what are we doing right now in terms of onboarding experience, in terms of system, in terms of potentially hiring a team? So we're doing 2 things with once with all our clients that we work with. We're solving what they need today, and we're also scaling what they need tomorrow. And that gets you the best of both worlds through, as I said, responsive coaching, which is dealing with what's happening right now, and progressive coaching, what's happening in the future. You know what I see? It's so many fitness coaches stuck somewhere between that 5K a month to 20K a month mark. It's actually one of the things I'm most proud about is the amount of clients who came into our program at these income levels, not thinking they could break through it, being at a plateau for a long time, whether it's Ollie who was at 4 to 5K months for 12 months, if it was Cian who was at 6K a month for 18 months, if it was Lewis who said if I could help him get to 20K a month, he would love me forever, and he ends up hitting 50K a month. Whatever it is, if you're watching this and if you're somewhere in between there and you are stuck, the thing is you probably don't need more information. You probably don't need another course. You probably don't need to post more content. Maybe you do, but it's not going to be the biggest thing that moves you forward. And I actually want you taking a lot of satisfaction in that, because right now you've probably thought it's been you. It's you not doing things in a good enough way or in a good enough direction. And you know, maybe that is the case, but I actually don't think you should take full ownership over it. As I said earlier in the video, it's been by the way that you've been taught. It's been by potentially the way you've known what to do, because that's the only thing that you've been told to do. I generally believe one of the biggest reasons our clients grow and continue to grow consistently, because I know it's not just about growing, it's not just about hitting an income number, it's about you doing it consistently and actually feeling the confidence in your business to do it. And that's why we work through with our clients solve and scale coaching, because we're solving today's bottleneck so you can hit your milestone that you have this month, but we're also scaling the business for tomorrow, for next month, and for the next 6 months, because we're looking to bulletproof the business long term, but also help you win short term. That's why today I wanted to share our coaching philosophy with you, because I believe for you, you deserve the best coaching experience. And this is what you should look for going forward. And hopefully you've taken something from this conversation, realizing that you should always have 2 conversations going on. What's needed today, and what should I be looking to do in the future? If you've taken something from the video, I'd actually love to hear in the comments below any insight you have on coaching, because I respect your experience in coaching just as much as mine, so I'd love you to partake down below. And if you found this video interesting and you'd like to learn a deeper insight into our philosophies and systems we have that helps clients get results, then please hit subscribe, because I'm going to be sharing more over the next coming weeks.